On a roll, it's out of control. They watching, the people want to show. Am I gon' fumble? Am I gon' fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow.
You gon' know my hunger, you gon' know my name. Never did I make it, oh boy, I was a lame. I'm telling y'all stories so y'all can know my pain. And I'ma need a straight jack, I'm finna go insane. Like every day I stayed up, trying to be the best out. Looking at me downfield, trying to run the best route. But you know these corners, man, had to put a curl in. All I do is fail, and I'm looking for my first win. Always fucking broke, I just wish that I can touch green. Trying to lead the hood, cause you know that I can do without. Gotta put my family on, you know that I can't do without. Can't stop, won't stop, baby, that's what this all about, yeah.
I'm on a roll, it's out of control. They watching, the people wanna show. Am I gon' fumble? Am I gon' fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow. Can't stop this glow. I'm about to blow. Can't stop this. Can't stop this. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow.
Can't stop, won't stop, gotta keep going. These niggas sleeping on me, so let them keep snoring. The best rap alive, and I gotta keep flowing. I'm pulling up like step, man, I gotta keep scoring. And losing not an option, I learned to be a better me. Best rap alive, and y'all others just a letter B. You trying to ride my wave, and these niggas trying to copy me. Wanted that alive, then you know these rappers dead to me. Second place, nigga, that's the best that they can ever be. Can't stop, won't stop, boy, you know I'm the recipe. Running the game for too long, think that I can give it up. Told y'all what a life I'm living, you know I had to live it up, yeah.
I'm on a roll, it's out of control. They watching, the people wanna show. Am I gon' fumble? Am I gon' fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow. Can't stop this glow. I'm about to blow. Can't stop this. Can't stop this. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow.
What is going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the Nashville Caveman Podcast. I am your host, Damo Unleashed. I want to go ahead and plug this in right now. This is a good friend of mine. If you're in the Northeast Ohio area and you're looking for any treats, chocolate-covered strawberries, chocolate-covered pretzels, anything like that, man, make sure y'all reach out to J&J Treats. Telephone number is 330-615-9695. So if you're up in that area, in the Northeast Ohio area, make sure you check them out. But, man, I'm going to go ahead and roll out the red carpet. And I got my brother right here. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and plug y'all in, man. So, Scott, it's all yours.
Hey, I'm sitting here listening to the video. Can't stop this flow. Shouts out to Havoc, man. That's a real hot song. Man, again, first of all, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I hope you and your family had a great Christmas. And it's another Tuesday. So between now and next week, I probably won't be going live because I want to spend what little time I have with the people that I love and want to be around. But come January 2nd, we're going to hit the ground running. 2024. 52 episodes of the D-Bling Radio, 52 episodes of the CEO Cartel. Again, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. I'm going to play your music and I'm going to stream it. And for artists, I'm going to send you to Damo so he can do the interviews for you. And then again for the streaming, it's offtoprecords.net that we can put your music up for people to find your music. As not only are we playing your music on the radio show, and Damo is interviewing you as artists, people can research. So that's like a triangle, like Phil Jackson, you know, the triangle offense right there. We're giving you all three.
You got it, man, and you can't lose with that, man.
Yeah.
How was your Christmas?
It was great. I got to do what I love to do, man. I got to wrap gifts. You know, I tell you, I love wrapping gifts. I love doing that. So I got to wrap a lot of the young kids' gifts, and a lot of them got what they wanted. My niece and nephew, I still ain't been able to get in contact with their parents to drop off their gifts. So somewhere down the road, we still got gifts to go drop off to nieces and nephews and things like that. But other than that, man, for me, I'm always grateful to see another year. That's one. And two, remember last year at this time, my wrist was broke. I don't know if y'all can see that. So last year at this time, I'm in a cast. I'm in a sling. So I'm grateful just to be able to have 2 arms and 2 wrists.
You got it, man. Well,
Miss Allen, how you doing? No, I'm not causing trouble on here. We trying to be helpful. Go ahead.
You know what, man? I had a pretty good Christmas. I did have to work Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve into Christmas, 7 p.m. Christmas Eve, 7 a.m. Christmas. When I got home, man, we opened up gifts. One thing I like that we do in our household, we do Secret Santa. So we put names in like a box, and everybody pick a name. And whoever you pick, that's who you have. Everybody have to write out what do they want on their Christmas list. And then we used to have like a budget. And then we shop accordingly. Right. So it was pretty fun, man, you know, trying to figure out who got you and whatnot. Something else that I really love that we do on Christmas, kind of do it on New Year's too. We don't cook, we do trays. So for example, we'll have like a veggie tray, a meat tray, we'll have like a cookie tray, a dessert tray, and a fruit tray.
Gotcha. Okay.
So really, it was like 4 of them. That way, you know, people when they hungry, they can go in and pick what they want, and you know, the wife don't have to go cook, which is always a good thing. And then you know, everybody just get to relax and eat when they want to eat.
Gotcha. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad I'm doing better too. Hopefully, I'll see you February 24th at Swag Wrestling. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you.
No, you're good, my man.
No, so I never thought about that, just having like trays, because where I come from, people just cooked for the holidays. But that's good too, you know.
Yeah, it just, and you know, you could go. The cool thing is like they sat up all night and baked. So the cookie trays they put together, the meat trays they put together. So what we do is we'll get like a lot of lunch meat, cheese, a lot of the wingdings, you know, the small little wingdings that you can put in the oven. The pigs in the blanket, the miniature ones, you put in the oven. And so we'll have our meat trays. We'll have, you know, a lot of it will be like the cheese that you can just cut up in blocks, put a toothpick through. And if you want to dip it in some kind of sauce, you could go ahead and do that. You know, so we'll put that tray together. The veggie tray, for the most part, we went to like a Kroger. They already have them put together. They got the carrots, the celery, the broccoli, the ranch in the middle. And so you get them kind of veggie trays, which are great. And then, you know, the fruit trays, the same thing. They got the grapes, the pineapple, cantaloupe, you know, honeydew. And then it's all in a square. And it got little dip in the middle, so you can just get toothpicks, go in and dip, you know, make your plate with that. And it's just so much easier, man, than sitting in a hot, because usually on Christmas, you really want to make that about the family, the gift opening, that part. So you don't really want to stand in the kitchen. I guess some people, they don't mind. I guess if you got a big family and you all making a dish or two, cook. Right. If you're just gonna be home, nah.
I get it. Now, Miss Allen, I was saying I miss y'all. Tell your sister I said hello, and I hope to see y'all at Swag Wrestling February the 24th. Go ahead, Damo.
So that was it, man. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the new year. I can't believe how fast this year has blown by. I mean, man, this year has blown by fast.
It did. It has really gone by. 2024 came really quickly.
It sure did, man. And 2023 was a mess. I guess from the sports perspective, though, it's been pretty good, man. I'm proud of my team. You know what I'm saying? My team, man, we 10-5. Then had 4 quarterbacks. I don't know how our coach won't be coach of the year. There's no way. He cannot not be coach of the year.
Correct. Absolutely. And congratulations to your team. And, mine played the Patriots, right? We scored, and they let the Patriots come all the way down the field and kick that game-winning field goal. So we're done. Yeah. We're out. Hey, to everybody's team who's made the playoffs, me and the Denver Broncos will be sitting at home watching y'all. Congratulations.
Y'all not mathematically out, though, are you guys? Are you guys mathematically out?
Well, it says we're still in the hunt, but there's probably how many teams would have to lose the next 2 games and we would have to win out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not going to happen. Because first of all, in the division, Kansas City probably going to win the division, and then you have the Raiders, who I think is a game above us. So then when it comes to that last wild card, if it's down to us and the Raiders, I think the Raiders has beaten us twice, so they're going to get that.
Yeah,
they won both head-to-head matchups, so we're gone. I don't even know why they still have us in the hunt category.
You know what? I'm mad at my other team.
Just to give them how you doing, Big Mike? Hey, blessings go out to you, my friend. How are you doing? Jasmine, how are you doing? Go ahead, Damo.
No, I was like, I'm mad at my other team. You know who my other team was the Colts. And Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville is trying to give away the division. And we lost to Atlanta, man. And I'm like, how do you lose to Atlanta in a must-win? You win that game, and you have you first place in the division.
Man, I still think Jacksonville is going to win it because the AFC South is just not really that good this year. So I guess you still can have it.
They trying to hand that away. You hear me? They trying to hand that division away like it's Halloween candy. I think Jacksonville is okay. Now, once they get into the playoffs, if the Raiders make the playoffs, these are just like warm-up teams for these division winners, so to speak, But the Raiders have been playing really good, though. I'm not going to lie. They've been playing that defense is awesome. I don't know if you watched the game. But I sure did.
It's that offense is terrible. They won the game without scoring any offensive points. They beat Kansas City and never scored an offensive point.
Well, I know the offense took them down for their first field goal. And then after that, you're right. The offense took them down for their first field goal. So they were only, I think, responsible for maybe 3 to 6 points. But them 2 touchdowns was the defense. The one where Kansas City had the mishap and they fumbled the ball inside the 10. I don't know what they were doing or who called that play. It was a silly play. But the Raiders wouldn't score. And then not even 7 seconds later, kickoff, Kansas City get the ball. They throw like a sideline pass, intercepted, and then there's a pick 6. And just like that, you had 2 touchdowns that put the game away.
That is absolutely true. That is true.
But Sky, let me tell you, outside of the Ravens, who I still don't have a lot of faith in the Ravens when it comes to the postseason, because we've seen this before with the Ravens. They look like they were, the legit number 1 team, get to the playoffs, lose in the first or second round. So with that said, doesn't it feel like this year, I'm talking about legitimately, Anybody that make it to the playoffs could win the Super Bowl.
And especially in the NFC. In the NFC, I said that before it even started because I never looked at the Eagles as being a powerhouse team. You can win a lot of games if you play a lot of average and below average teams, but I never just looked at them as just blowing that conference away like I would look at Kansas City at the beginning of the year, not this Kansas City now. I'm just talking about Kansas City at the beginning of the year. So if you took the last two Super Bowl teams and you say which team, the Eagles or the Chiefs, is going to dominate their conference, I'd have been like the Chiefs are going to dominate the AFC. And still to this day, after watching Philly play, I don't think that they're that dominant. So in the NFC, I still believe it's wide open to go to the Super Bowl.
Especially in how San Francisco got punched in the mouth.
AK, what's up with you, girl?
Down at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it just depends on which Eagles team show up, and some of these games they've just been winning by like 3 points, 7 points. So, and what I don't like about Jalen Hurts is he's going to always do something stupid in every game. Every game since week one, he's thrown an interception, he's fumbled, he's done something or took a sack when he didn't need to. At least one stupid thing per game. Now, sometimes they can overcome that obstacle, but sometimes they couldn't.
Here's another thing. I think that's the same case in the AFC. Yeah. I mean, because look at Kansas City, man. Kansas City is going to have to go on the road. Kansas City looks very beatable right now. They're, outside of Travis Kelce, their run game, I'm not confident in their run game.
Right.
I'm not confident in any of their wide receivers. Right. You know what I'm saying? And them not having Tyreek Hill, how they let him walk, I don't know how they let that dude walk. But, they're very beatable. I look at Baltimore. People got to factor in this. There's a chance that Baltimore in the second round play Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And I do think Buffalo can give Baltimore lots of fits. Mm-hmm. And I think they can beat them. And let's say that Baltimore do lose in the second round. Any of them teams that make it can make it to the Super Bowl. So I think it's the same case. Rather in the NFC where you got Dallas, who, Dallas looks great at home. Mm-hmm. But when Dallas go on the road, just like when they played Miami, it's a totally different team.
Right. So if you ask me who my Super Bowl team in NFC, I might lean more towards the San Francisco because they have a running game. And so that takes a lot of pressure off of Brock Purdy because you're not asking him to win any games. You're just asking him not to have any turnovers. So when you got Christian McCaffrey, which that was a great pickup from the Panthers, and that offensive line that can get you 3, 4, 5 yards per carry, now you're controlling the clock. And when you're controlling the clock, you're keeping everybody on the sidelines, the offense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they got an outstanding defensive line. I ain't talking about the back end. I'm talking about that front end. So I could see San Francisco going to the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you another sleeper team, and people better not sleep on this team in the NFC, the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
People don't sleep on the Detroit Lions because they do have a running game also. And Jared Goff is very, I would trust in Jared Goff more than I would Brock Purdy.
Gotcha.
Brock Purdy, man, if you put any pressure on him, I've seen it all year. The way to beat Brock Purdy is to put pressure on him. Yep. He does not do well under pressure.
Right. And I can see because it's only like his second year. So he still ain't seen every defense. It ain't like he's a 10-year vet like Joe Flacco or somebody who's probably seen every defense known to man. So there's some defenses that you can run the pre-snap read, he's thinking you in one defense, and once he snaps that ball, you in a different defense, and his first read is not there, and then he's holding the ball, and then he's getting pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see that because he ain't for to run like Lamar Jackson. He ain't for to run like Jalen Hurts. He ain't for to do that. So I see what you're saying. Yes. I'm good. Hey, what have you been up to? I still have my radio show. Do I still have any of your music so I can play it? Let me know so I can put you back in rotation. And Michael, I'm glad you're doing good, my friend. I am praying for you and your family. Go ahead, Damo.
Man, so we got artists on here, man. If you guys get a chance, one thing I'm looking forward to in this next coming year is the Soul Driven Artist View, man.
Yeah.
So I am very much looking forward to that. Shout out to the big boss out of Tennessee. I had a real good interview with him. Christopher Phelps, the financial advisor.
That was
had
awesome.
That was a really good interview.
That was really good. Shouts out to him, man. That is an intelligent young man. Shouts out to him.
And this week, man, we got a couple interviews this week and next week aligned. I got one later with another artist from Birmingham, Alabama, Hood Life Music. Got that interview at 4 today. I also got one tomorrow with an artist from Cleveland, Ohio, by the name of Bae Gibson. So shout out to her. Then the following week, on the 9th, I got one with Akimi Edwards. So shout out to Akimi on her book. So she's an author, got a great book that you can find on Amazon. Make sure y'all tune in next week for that interview. And then I also have another interview the following day with an artist from New York. So we'll be tapping in to New York, do an interview, man. Thank you to all the artists coming through. And in 2024, something new that we're going to do, we are going to have the male artist of the year and the female soul driven artist of the year. And it comes with a trophy. And I'm working on some other things that it could come with, but I'm excited and looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully 2024 will be a great year for everyone. I'm excited about that too. I'm excited that me and you are in positions to help others. I'm excited about that.
Yes. And the conversation I've been having is this, man, how beneficial that the internet is to all of us. I mean, think about this. We wouldn't even be able to put this together without the internet. Because you live one place and I live one place. We would literally have to come and physically be in the same area to even pull this off. So the fact that we can even pull something together like this is phenomenal. And I think, and you think, Sky, man, we got access to people half a world away.
Correct.
How powerful that is.
It is. We talked about that, the pros and cons. You're right.
Yeah. And so, the thing that got me excited is that, sometimes we get caught up. And it's because I was doing music long ago and you had to depend on the people that was local. You had to. Because you didn't have access to outside of that radius unless you were on the road. Now, I don't really even need people in your radius. You can reach out to somebody 5-10 states away.
That is correct. So could you imagine back in the day, those artists like, hip hop is 50 years old. So let's go back to an artist that's in Atlanta. It's 1980. It's still cassettes. They had to record, probably on an ADAT, get it on a cassette, get the cassette cover, put it in their trunks like Master P, and drive around the city to distribute. Because even in the early 1980s, there really wasn't stores that you could put your tapes and stuff in. You had to put them in the trunk of your car, and you drove around the city, parked somewhere, popped your trunk, and tried to distribute and sell your music out like that, and hoping that a label that had enough money to fund you to put it in stores.
And which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
When I started, doing music years ago, it was at the end of the cassette era. And so when you had them, we actually went downtown and just was selling, handing free, cassettes out for promos. I mean, that's what you had to do to network. Now, with Soulja Boy, which makes him always phenomenal. he came out and took advantage of the internet, you know, selling digitally. So
that was amazing. Shouts out to him for seeing the future. Like Steve Jobs or somebody, he saw the future of what this could be. Right. A lot of people was like, I ain't fooling with the internet. Especially older people anyway. Whether they older people or older artists, because I know some older artists that still don't fool with the internet. You know what I'm saying? They always know how to create an email, you know. But he saw what this platform can be, and now this next generation, people that's 16 to 25, know that now they don't have to depend on anybody. Get up off your butt and do it.
Right. And you think about this guy too. Now, you know, way back, you could only work with artists in your area. Unless you ran into an artist from elsewhere, it was hard to do collabs. Now, you can do a song with somebody that you literally don't even have to meet. And we did it. You send a track or they send a file and y'all can collab and do a song together. So I can be way here in Tennessee, online meet somebody from Washington, the state of Washington, collab and do a song together and never even have met each other outside, physically.
And it blew my mind because your girl, Brandy and Monica were the first two I ever heard do that. That one of them, The Boy Is Mine, one of them did it first, sent it to the other one. She recorded it. Somebody mixed it together as if they was in the studio together. The first time them two girls ever met was on the set of the video. Right. And I didn't know that until I read about that. I literally thought they were in the studio together, but they were not. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That blew my mind.
So think about this. The artists that came up in the 90s,
right,
they had cassettes and CDs.
Correct.
But, you know, you reach people faster with the internet now because not only is everybody plugged into the internet, but then you have all these, like TikTok, for example, where people get promotion from TikTok or Instagram.
Right.
You know, and so it's easier to market music now compared to back then.
And probably much affordable too, because back then you had to get an agency, somebody that knew what they were doing. They had a group of 10 people. You know, back when I was coming up, they called them street teams. And you know, they wore the shirts, the soul-driven shirts, and they roamed the streets with flyers and cassettes and pinions, and as like you was running for office or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what your marketing team was if you couldn't afford to buy an actual agency package and marketing team. Like even back in the day, you could pay Comcast to run your commercials, but that shit was expensive too. So yeah, the internet has made it easier for people with talents to get their music out there, but it also has made it easier to water down this industry. And that's the problem that happened 2004 when I was at National State Tech off of White Bridge Road. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Yeah.
I was taking music production. I was getting an associate's degree in music production. We learned about this thing called Pro Tools. To me, it was new. It was like the second coming of Jesus, because I had never seen a DAW, a digital audio workplace before, right? I'm like, this is amazing. I can buy, I can be in my house, I can record, I can do whatever. But then I got to thinking, so can everybody else. And that's the problem with the music industry. Because back then, if you have the talent and you have the drive, you deserve what you got. Now, anybody named Mama, everybody artist now. Everybody's a singer. Everybody's a rapper. It's just so much music out there now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's a con of it, because you got to dig through so many artists to find the artist you want. It was hard for you just to become an artist 30 years ago. You literally needed. There was no software. You needed to go to a studio and record. Fast forward. Now you can record from your own home.
You can even do it on your phone. Some of these iPhones.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone too.
Man. Got the little, the guy showed me, not this new iPhone 15, but maybe a couple ones ago, he showed me the little buttons on his phone where he could EQ it and mix it together. Showed me the little button that said microphone. He already had downloaded the track. He was really rapping through his phone. And then when he was done, he uploaded it to iTunes. I said, get out of here.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, that stuff didn't exist. I mean, and now people don't even really need record labels.
No.
They don't even, you don't hear people talk about trying to get signed.
Right. I don't know how any of the major ones are still in existence, because if you can do it on your own, why would I even need a record label now? Because usually you need a record label for marketing, sales, advertising, and distribution. Again, you just said because of the internet, people don't even listen to CDs and cassettes. It's all MP3s now.
Right. And
you know, I went into Best Buy the other day, and they have a commercial about this. But I went into Best Buy the other day, and do you know they got glasses now that play music?
I believe it.
You seen that? They actually have the commercials out too, but I physically saw them at Best Buy. You could literally listen to MP3 music from your glasses.
Wow. I know they had the video camera ones, but I didn't know that they had that. So
yeah.
That's good.
I was like, they are finding a way to get music out there technology-wise. Now, there are still people like me. I don't mind. If you're selling a CD, I don't mind buying a CD from you. If you're doing vinyl, I don't mind getting vinyl from you. I mean, I really don't care how I get your music. If it's good, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now, with this new technology, man, anybody of a certain age that know what they're doing, they can do the track, they can write the lyrics, they can mix it, they can master it, and they can upload it maybe within 24 hours.
Right. And so that's scary, man. I can't even imagine how many people that the internet, as far as in the record industry, has put out of business.
Oh yeah. A lot of songwriters too. A lot of publishers, because they're not needed no more. And now, since more people being educated about publishing, now you don't need a publisher or a publishing house anymore. You don't need it for it. You control your own music. You keep it.
You really think about it, artists kind of don't really need, I mean, it's better to have a marketing team. So I never tell you don't need a marketing team, but they don't need a producer. I mean, if you are willing to produce and learn how to produce your own music, you don't really need a producer. You don't need a record label. You don't need an A&R. So for artists, man, the door is wide open for y'all to do whatever y'all want to do.
That is absolutely correct. So now, and to me, about music, so like anything else, it ain't about the talent, it's about the hustle. Right. Whoever is more driven, you know, pun included, who's really wanted the best is who's going to get it. I've seen a lot of people with less talent do it because they get up every day at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and they hustle. Then the people who have talent for like, oh, I can make it off my talent, I ain't got to put in the extra work. And those are the ones that be like, you got all this talent and you just sitting here. But I just heard a dude down the street that couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, and he got 20,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now it's about the drive more than it is about the talent sometimes.
Right. And speaking of talent, man, y'all, we are at the halfway. We're actually over the halfway point. So what I like to do, I like to promote artists. So I'm going to go ahead and play a song right quick. And then we're going to talk about the new year, man, this past year, events. And then what we're looking forward to. You got something big going on in 2024. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about 2024. Y'all just sit back tight with us, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I may play 2 tracks. Okay. You know what I mean? To promote 2 artists. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll be right back.
Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota. Just keeping it cool. I'm just keeping my cool. Hope that you do, friend. I'm a nice guy. Come at me wrong, I can be the bad guy. Gotta keep it bomb lady, cause I stay fly. It's gonna be a fun day when we get tired. Chilling out, I be gazing at the night sky. In and out, stay stay connected with no Wi-Fi. Gotta keep some exotic so I stay high. Gotta hustle every day just to get mine. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do. You can call me the Minnesota Songman. Take a look at my guns, I'm a strong man. Used to do my own dirt as a young man. Now I gotta go to work as a grown man. Got my own groove, now I got my own style. Grew up a Minnesota wild child. Had to ski my own way in the wintertime. Now I ride my own wave in the summertime. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do. Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota, just keeping it cool. I'm just keeping my cool. Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota, just keeping it cool. I'm just keeping my cool. Oh, catch you through frame, I'm a nice guy. Come at me wrong, I can be the bad guy. Gotta keep a bomb lady, cause I stay fly. It's gonna be a fun day when we get signed. Chillin' out, I be gazing at the night sky. In and out, stay connected with no Wi-Fi. Gotta keep some exotic so I stay high. Gotta hustle every day just to get mine. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do, what we do. Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota, just keeping it cool. I'm just keeping my cool. Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota, just keeping it cool. I'm just keeping my cool. Ain't nobody colder. I'm from Minnesota, just keeping cool. I'm just keeping cool. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You gotta be your own way, let me see you move. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All night and all day, this is what we do.
I'm a psychomedic, a schizo paramedic. Big boss endorses it, and outer heaven is a label that pays for it. So call me Mr. Mayhem. A dangerous doesn't give a when I flip the switch. Time's up, don't make me flip out and put my gun in your mouth. I'm evil, walking in your city in all black, ready to attack. I gave my soul to the devil years ago. Went to get it back, smack the devil with my gat. Mr. Mayhem is ready to rule the wrestling land, and hip-hop won't be able to stand against Mr. Mayhem. We don't need a vote like Jax Teller, I'll cut you, cause me and Medic are Mr. Mayhem. I'm Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Mayhem, come meet Mr. Mayhem. I'm Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Mayhem, come meet Mr. Mayhem. I'm Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Mayhem, come meet Mr. Mayhem. I'm Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Mayhem, come meet Mr. Mayhem. Been doing this for years, flatlining out here, but the ladies, they love psychos, they ready to take. But me and Medic ain't got time for that. When the match is on, that means your soul is gone. I've conquered the veil, I smashed the remnant and Gwen's daughter. So you know I'm stronger than anybody that can stand against me. I got AOS and Psychomedic representing me. Get in the ring, I'll put you to sleep. We are the streets, County Grove flows in me. Mr. Mayhem has left nothing but scorched land. I'm a mad bomber, blow up all your plans. I'm Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Mayhem, come meet Mr. Mayhem.
The first song that we had, that was McCarty Dufresne out of Minnesota, Ain't Nobody Colder. And the second song was Mr. Mayhem, that's Big Boss featuring Little Nicky out of Tennessee. So the home of Tennessee. And we are back, man. We want to go ahead and talk about 2023. You know what I'm saying? Glad to see it come to a close. One of the goals that I had for 2023, this close to accomplishing. So, one of my goals was, and it was a goal that came later on in February. February up until now, I was trying to knock off 80 pounds. And I knocked off about 75. So, getting to that end part, man, is always the most complicated. But yeah, February, I was 280. Not knocked off. I'm down to like 206. And I'm heading for 190. That's the goal.
What's up? Yeah. 2023, man. I'm just again coming out of 2022 after I broke my wrist last Thanksgiving in 2022. Had surgery December 26, 2022, and that whole month of December, man, for 4 whole weeks. That humbles you when you only have one arm, one wrist, and one hand that you can use. Trust me. I tell people, don't take things for granted anymore. Every day you get up, be thankful that all of your functions work. You know what I'm saying? Because when something is taken away from you, a leg, an arm, a knee, an elbow, an eye, an ear, you really kind of understand that, you know what? I need to humble myself just a little bit more than what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in 2024, that is my biggest thing, is to humble myself and follow in the word of God. And every business that I do and create, get it to where I can help others. That's what I want to do.
I know I'm very much looking to 2024, you know, especially with the growth of this podcast. Yes. I'm looking to meet a lot of people. A goal of mine is to meet and interview as many people as possible. Something else, I even got family goals, you know, looking forward to my daughters. They're, you know, in their low 20s or early 20s. And I want to buy in land this year. That is something that I'm very, very focused. I'm focused on that the way I was focused on losing weight. So that's something that I really want to see. I really want to see accomplished. My daughter's owning land. I think that's very important. Something else is doing more investing. I look this year to do more investing. Buying more, you know, silver, buying gold, you know. And so
that's
I'm
a smart
looking
thing
forward.
to do. That is a smart thing to do. I hope that people, you ain't got to be to the point where you got to invest in like Apple and McDonald's stock, but sit down in 2024 and find out how much money you got coming in versus how much you're spending, right? And then Grant Cardone says list everything 1 through 5. 5 is stuff you just don't need whatsoever. 1 is stuff you gotta have. You know, you got to have water, you got to have food, you got to have a home, you got to have a vehicle to get around, gas. Then 2 is stuff that you need. You know, you need deodorant, you need to brush your teeth, you need. 3, what is going to help me make money to support 1 and 2. 4 and 5 is stuff that you don't even need. 4 and 5 is just, hey, I want it. It makes me feel good. And 5 is just like, who needs a $300 pair of Jordans? You know what I'm saying? When you get to 4 and 5, that's because you made so much money that it won't affect 1 and 2. Never buy anything through hard work money. Take the money that you make from your 9 to 5, invest it into an asset, and let the asset pay for 4 and 5. Never take your hard-earned money, you put it up into a CD or money market account that's drawing 6%. Your passive income is what you use to buy the $300 pair of Jordans. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're always building a nest egg, but the passive income is paying for your discretionary lifestyle. So if y'all just do that, I hope and pray that your financial situations will be a hell of a lot better.
And the one thing that we can't forget about It's health. None of this matters if you're too sick to take care of your business or to handle your business. Your health or lack thereof could really put a monkey wrench into your plan. So it is very important, man. We got to focus on health. That was something I looked at, man. And most people's debt is health.
Yep.
Medical
bills that I sure had a lot of when the medical bills beat me home. Do you hear me? I wasn't even in the hospital for a day. By the time I got home, I had medical bills from the x-ray people, the hospital, the surgeon, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is absolutely
get their money.
And get you some insurance, man. If you are like me and you just a straight entrepreneur, go to healthcare.gov. I am fully insured now. Go to healthcare.gov and get you some insurance, because you never know. Even if you're not a wrestler like me, you just never know what's going to happen, you know? So go get you some insurance. If you can't get insurance to your job, or if you are a freelancer, or if you are an entrepreneur, that's who that's for. If you can get insurance to your job, I know it's a little expensive, but trust me, when you lay in that hospital bed, you're going to wish you had it.
Yeah.
You wish you had it.
Yep. And
get you some car insurance too. Because they don't play about that. If you get pulled over without insurance, it's like driving with no license. They don't play about that. So I don't care. Hey, if it costs you $250 a month, you better be insured when that cop pulls you over.
And life insurance. Gotta have life insurance.
Yes. Got to do all of that. Get you life insurance. Get you a policy to where when you die, it goes into a trust. Don't just die and give the policy to your kids, because if they don't know what to do with that much money, they'll just blow it and go broke. You need to put it in a trust and have a trustee allocate that money out, and then the next generation allocate that money out. Then the next generation allocate that money out, and do it that way. Right. Also, in 2024, control everything but own nothing. Back when I was coming up, your parents used to put the lights in your name, cable in your name, internet in your name. They controlled it, but they didn't own it. You know, get to the point where you're able to do that too. But if you just want really, really good advice, talk to Chris. What was his last name, Damon?
Chris Phelps. That's Christopher.
Really.
Phelps is Phelps.
Yes.
He got financial patient. So financial patient, you can find him on YouTube. I suggest y'all go watch this brother's videos. They are very impactful. You will learn a lot. Reach out to him and let him know that you guys were referred by the Nashville Caveman Podcast, and he'll take good care of you.
Yeah, I did. I subscribed to his YouTube and I watched a couple of his videos. Yes, I did. So again, we're not hypocritical over here. We ain't telling you stuff that we ain't been doing. Soon as he got off, I followed him on Instagram. I went to his website and I subscribed to his YouTube.
Cause finances, y'all know, man, we up against it. And this is a big year, because this is election year. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I hope they get this old dude, this crypt keeper, out of the office. It is time for the crypt keeper to go. I don't care, man. Some people might get mad that I say this, but we got to get him out of that basement. You know what I'm saying? And out of that,
Tales from the crypt. You know what? It don't matter who's in office, Democrat, Republicans. They don't pay my bills. So all I need to know is when you in office, what are you going to do? Are you more concerned about what's going on overseas, or are you more concerned about what's going on here in America? That's just my thing, because people get really upset about these things. I'm thinking the next day I still got to get them to go to work.
You know what?
That's my right, but I still got to get them to go to work.
Yeah, but I get where I get where, and we were talking about this. I had this conversation with this young lady, man, and it was a real powerful conversation. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it seems like more people are demoralized by life over here. You know how they try to make this out to be such a great country, and it is. You know, we got our pros and cons. We're not perfect, but with our government, man, is a big issue, and they are very impactful of people's day-to-day lives. And I get it. You know, you work hard, they take your tax money, tax it, you spend it, they tax it again. You know what I'm saying? You save it. You know, they want to know how much you got. They want to tax that. They just tax our money over and over and over. And then they take our money and it's not their money and they give it over to other countries. And then you have these politicians who aren't rich. Like, think, for example, some of these cats got money, but they come in with less money and leave out with way more money. How is that possible? Some of them become millionaires. How do you go from a thousandaire to a millionaire in a matter of like 4 to 5 years? If that.
They learn how to play the game.
And the game is cheating people. And so I get why, you know what I'm saying, people are so caught up because, you know, it seems like people are working more and having less. And so people are demoralized. So this is a big year for politics. And you're right. Sky, you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, it really comes down to what we do in our household.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
What it comes down to, right? We can't control that other stuff. We can't control the price of gas, the price of food. But what you can control is, let's say you get paid $500 a week, right? Then take $50 and just put it to the side every week. So that way, when an emergency happens, gas go too high, you have an accident with your car, some of y'all who got kids, they need this, and this, you ain't stressed out because you already put that money to the side. And that's what I do. Depending on how much I get paid, when I get paid, most of it or some of it goes to the side for emergencies, then pay my bills, then invest. So that way down the line, 3 or 4 months down the line, when something crazy happens, I'm not stressed out. And that has nothing to do with who's the president. That has to do with what you deem is important.
Personal planning.
Personal planning, that's it. What you deem is important. That extra 50, do you want to go to the movies and watch Aquaman, or do you want to take that 50 and put it up? And hopefully in a savings account that's drawing interest. So that money is sitting there making you money while you're doing nothing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how they do it.
And it really comes down to just really, you know what, Sky, you're absolutely right. And it really comes down to being accountable.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, being accountable for your choices, your decisions. That's I know one thing that, you know, we started toward the end of the year in my household that we want to carry over is having financial meetings. I don't understand why a lot of families don't sit together and work together as one to accomplish, kind of like ants. We need to go back to operating like ants. We all work together for one common goal, which is survival.
Correct. I agree with you 100%. I agree with that. But a lot of folks either don't know or don't care. And that's how I used to tell folks about my radio show. The reason you're on my radio show is because you're talking to the people that don't know or don't care. The people who know and care got you to the radio show. Your job is now to talk to those that don't know and don't care so they can decide whether they should know or care. So somebody in a household like you has to know, has to care, and that's where it starts. Because you can have a household of 10 people, and if everybody's on the same level, it's like the blind leading the blind, so to speak.
Right. You're absolutely right. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for, man. Just more tunnel vision as far as like financial planning.
Right.
You know, the politics thing, that's toward the end of the year. But I think all change starts at home. It does. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that's what.
And the good thing about it, when you started at home, Damon, I didn't mean to cut you out, but when you started at home, people see this, whether it's your kids, your nieces, or your nephews. Kids, when they get to a certain age, they really start seeing what's going on. And if they see how you're moving, then they're going to ask. And then when they ask, teach. And when you teach, they will learn. And they might not always stay the course, but they'll either stay on the course or they will come back later on in life. And that's what you're looking for.
You are absolutely right, man.
Like your daughters, if your daughters do what you're teaching them to do, is to buy land, put houses, lease this, lease that, their friends from high school or whoever their friends gonna be, they're gonna ask, how are you doing this? And then they will teach them.
Right. That's how basically it's creating testimony. You know, like if you're trying to go ahead and you're trying to teach people a lesson or you're trying to guide them, the best way to guide them is through real life testimony.
Real life.
And
I mean, school is cool, education, books, reading, research, but nothing's going to teach you about life until you get out there. Nothing.
Yep.
I'm just saying, and I'm not knocking other things, because I believe depending on what you're doing, you need those other resources. But nothing taught me about life until I left the home that I was in and got out into this world and made my mistakes. Then I learned.
You got it. You got it, man.
You got to be get out your comfort zone. You got to be willing to do things you've never done before, you know. Because that way, and you got to be able to read people. Because there's no books or school that's going to teach you how to read people, because there's too many walks of life. So you got to realize who is on your side and who's full of you know what.
Right. And I know this was a year for me, you know, stepping out on fear. Because a lot of people, man, they fear success.
Yeah.
A lot of people fear success. And so one thing I did this year is I was working a job, working for a company for 5 years. Right. And I was like, this is the time for me. I want to work for myself. So I jumped out on a limb to kind of start building this. Now I work on the weekends, and I found a place that kind of work around what I'm trying to do, which is build my own brand. But to take that leap of faith, it comes with a lot of fear, a lot of, you know, of the unknown. And so I've, you know, man, kind of, you know, paddled through that, and look where I'm at right now. And I still got a long way to go, but I feel like, okay, this is going. This is a weekly shift that I'm adding more and more onto, and it's actually become really, really fun.
And then that's another thing too. You have to love what you do now.
Yes.
You know, I don't know about back in the day, but now, man, it's getting to the point where if you don't love what you do, then you need to find a way of, first of all, finding out what your calling is or what you love to do. And if you work your 9 to 5, go back to what I'm telling you. Start putting money to the side so that way you can leave that 9 to 5 and start getting up every day doing what you love to do. Because if Damo gets up every day and do what he loves to do, it's never a job. It's never a job. And some people love so much they don't go on vacation, because it's like every day I'm on vacation. And they don't go on literal vacation. I'm going on vacation, but I'm just saying they don't go on a literal vacation. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, that's the American dream: getting paid to do what you love to do every day.
You got it, man.
And that's what 2024 should be about.
And we are what, a week, less than a week away from it.
Yeah.
I swear, the older you get, y'all, the faster time. Man, for you ones that's in your early 20s, let me tell y'all.
Talk to them.
That time, you know, you think it's going fast now? No. Before you blink, you'll be in your 30s.
That's right.
You take another blink, you'll be in your mid-40s.
That's right.
Then you'll be in your 50s. You'll look and you'll be like, dang, you'll have a child and you'll say, I remember I could hold you in one hand. Fast forward, man, they got their own family.
Then they got what you said, then they got their own family. You absolutely correct. You is correct.
Yep.
Absolutely correct.
You know,
see,
man.
Us growing up, we probably didn't. Us growing up, our family, our parents came from their parents, which is basically just coming out of slavery. So really in 2023, me and Damo, we're like the people that's want to break the mold. Do you see what I'm saying? Like all that old stuff that we was taught as a society, as Black people, we're trying to shatter that glass. So that's why he's saying y'all in y'all early 20s, y'all can now start now from where me and him started in our 40s. Do you see what I'm saying? Like y'all got now 20 years on us to be where we're at now. We couldn't back then.
Right.
We couldn't. He just told you how it was in the music industry in the early 90s. It ain't like it is now. I mean, imagine now when you want to look for a job, you can go to school online, get a job online, and then work from home. We couldn't do that back then. You had to get up every day, drive around, put a pencil to a paper, hope they called you back. You know what I'm saying? You had to fill out 20 applications to get one job,
Yep, you're right, man. So now, young folks, man, as we go ahead and we're getting ready to step into another year, just take advantage of all that time. Remember that there's nothing guaranteed in life but death, and time is something you can't get back. You lose money, you can recover money, but time, you can never recover time. So with that said, I hope you guys have an absolutely blessed new year. Be safe. Don't do nothing that's idiotic that'll cost you from going into the new year. Be smart about it. Yes. And we wish y'all well, and we're going to keep y'all in our prayers.
Amen. Amen. So when we come back, will it be January 2nd, right?
Yes.
It'll be 2024, and y'all, we're going to have a plan to how we're going to make our lives better, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. He's saying he's lost 80 pounds since February, man. He's not going to tell you something that he dreamed. He's telling you what he's gone through. Health. Right. He's going to teach you about wealth. It's going to teach you about expanding your mind. It's going to teach you about opportunities to expand your finances. And some of it's going to be hard because some of y'all are just stuck in your ways. It's like smoking cigarettes. Some of y'all you're just not going to stop. And if that's the case, then I don't think we're for you. But for some of y'all that has that fire inside, and you just need somebody just to flame, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. Because sometimes you can be like, I have it, I just don't know what to do. Well, we're here to tell you what to do. But for those of y'all that just like, you know what, I'm going to be me until I die, I ain't mad at you. You have a happy new year too.
You got it, man. And so, with that said, man, we're going to go ahead and step out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Miss Allen. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank y'all for tuning in. Did I miss anybody? No, I will see y'all, out and about. And, Damo, you have a great week, man. I hope that 2024, when the ball drops or the guitar drops, God's blessings drop with it.
Man, if I'm on this side of the dirt, he has blessed me already. If I'm on this half of the dirt, Lord, you have blessed me already.
Ain't that the truth? Because I realized, man, holidays, man, makes people. I thought holidays was supposed to bring people together, but I realized holidays really divides folks because you have those that don't have the family and the loved ones like everybody else has, and it sends them through anxiety, depression, mental health. You know what I'm saying? And they question themselves, well, why am I here on earth? Why me? Why this? Why that? So you're right. The way these people are going about things, if we're still alive, January 2nd, that is a huge blessing.
You can't, man, couldn't be put any better than that. Yeah. And Sky, you also have a great Happy New Year. Kolby, if you're watching, man, I want you to have a great, I see him tomorrow, but I want you to have a great New Year also. I feel like, man, we got the perfect team. Shout out to all the artists that have come through, or anybody that come through for an interview, man. We appreciate you guys for being a part of what we have going on. Yes. And we closing out. This is the last show. Actually, no, the one tomorrow. But this is our last show.
Yeah, for 2023.
2023. Yeah.
How many episodes have we done? Is this 10? Have we done at least 10 episodes? Or how many we done?
I think it was more than that. I think we started in maybe September, October.
I can't even remember that.
I know that's how fast time been going, man.
Well, we at least know we have at least 52 next year. So there we go.
Right. You are absolutely right, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We love y'all. Peace. We are out till next year.